Violence Against Women Act reauthorization. And it really is a shame, I think, that we've gotten to this point, that we even have to stand here today to urge our colleagues on the other side of the aisle to support legislation that has consistently received broad bipartisan approval. It has 61 co-sponsors. It's a bill whose previous reauthorization was met with unanimous support in the Senate. It's a bill that President Bush signed into law, with Democrats standing beside him. But now it seems that Democrats are a few of the only ones standing tall as we get closer and closer to the deadline now of reauthorizing this important bill. Why is that? Well, apparently it's because we have decided in the year of 2012 that as a country we need to be inclusive when it comes to protecting and providing resources for all women who are affected by violence. The Violence Against Women Act has helped to provide life-saving assistance to hundreds of thousands of women and families. And it's unfortunate that at this time anyone would like to pick and choose who qualifies for that assistance. I was very proud to be here back in 1994 when the Senate first wrote and passed the Violence Against Women Act. Senator Feinstein was here, Senator Barbara Mikulski, Senator Barbara Boxer. It was a proud moment for all of us. And since we took that first historic step, VAWA has had tremendous success in coordinating victims' advocates and social service providers and law enforcement professionals to meet the challenges of combating domestic violence. Along with its bipartisan support, it has received praise from law enforcement officers, prosecutors, judges, victim service providers, faith leaders, healthcare professionals. The list goes on. And the reason that it has such broad, strong support is because it is a law that works. Since it became law, domestic violence has decreased by 53%. Now, while those incidents have gone down, the reporting of violence and abuse has gone up. And more victims are coming forward today. And more women and more families are getting the support and the care they need to get out of dangerous situations. As a result of the language in this law, every single state has now made stalking a crime and have strengthened their criminal rape statutes. We have made a lot of progress since 1994. But today I'm worried that a few Republicans are returning to the playbook of obstruction. Women in America cannot afford political theater on this issue. Not on this issue. Their lives depend on it. The Violence Against Women Act will give law enforcement agencies the support they need to enforce and prosecute the crimes that too often cost women everything. And it will give communities and nonprofits the much-needed resources they need today to support victims of violence. It is, as I said, supported by hundreds of national and local organizations that are on the ground dealing with this issue every day. It reduces administrative costs, it adds accountability, it builds on what works in the current law, improves what doesn't, and continues this country on the path of reducing violence towards women. It should not be controversial. We hope that everyone will stand up with this and move to reauthorization quickly and get this bill to the President's desk. Then I want to turn it over to Senator Feinstein, who's been a leader on this issue and a strong voice in our caucus for decades and part of helping to make sure this bill is where it is today. So thank you, Diane.
Thanks very much, Patty. I think Senator